So, as always, we like to warm up with a little bit of swinging. So, we'll go through our pyramid, getting your bell, back is nice and tall. Always start out with the kettlebell warm-up that's on our separate video, kettlebell warm-up video, and then go from there right into your swings. So for today, we're going to work on that swing pyramid. Back is tall, belly button is tight, and we're starting out with a two-handed swing for 5. After the 5th one, you transition, single arm swing. Switching to the other on the 5th. And on the 5th, back to 2. We'll go 4 here. 2, 3. Top of the 4th, transition. Transition on the 4th. Then 3. And 2. One, and 1. All right. So, that'll get our swings warmed up. Now we're going to practice a little bit of a swing straight into a goblet squat. One of the most important things you want to work on is getting a good hip swing, but then it's that hand transition from the two-handed top position onto the horns. So, what we're really going to work on doing is you're going to come up and pull it close to your body. Now a normal swing, you'd be swinging out wide, butt out, swinging out wide. When we're going to transition to a goblet squat, you're going to want to swing with a little bit of a two-handed high pull to bring it in closer to your body. So your back is tall, butt out, and I pull this up close. We're going to catch it right up here in that horn position, but you can see this, the difference when I swing through to catch. All right, butt is out, I get that swing, and I'm right here to catch. All right, posture tall, butt is out. We swing up, catch, down into our goblet squat, posture tall, butt out, swing, and catch. All right, so we're going to do probably about 6 to 8 of those just to get the hips warmed up. All right, from the front, butt out, swing up to catch, drop it straight down into those heels, and drive back up. Butt out, posture tall, swing through, keeping that bell close up by your chin. So when I squat down, I want to make sure the bell's not coming forward. I want to keep it here, center of gravity, drop it back into your heels, and drive straight up through it. So, work out your kettlebell swings, your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then do about 2 to 3 sets of at least 8 kettlebell swing, catch, goblet squat. Then back into a swing, up and catch, goblet squat. So we'll do 8 of those right here, right now. Posture tall, shoulders back and down. As always in our swing, we're engaging our lats. Keeping those shoulders back, gonna rock it out, butt out, swing up, catch, goblet squat, back up, back in. Drop down, up, that's 2. Up, down, back up, 3. Down, back up, that's 4. Now notice, from here, we don't want to just drop down, back and swing like this. From the goblet squat position, you've got to create arc of motion. So we've got to push that kettlebell away from our body as we drop into that swing. So I throw it out, swing through, up and catch. And then I squat. Right, butt out, up and squat. Right, so each time I'm throwing that bell out in front as I transition to a two-handed swing, then I pull it close to my body coming back up. So practice those, and then we're going to transition, add one more exercise into this flow. All right, our next exercise that we're going to add into this, a little bit of a bicep curl. All right, so from the horn position, right here I'm holding on the horns. That's the little connection point between the handle and the bell. From here, I can add a little bicep curl. Come down and squeeze back up. Come down and squeeze back up. Back is tall, keep that belly button tight, and shoulders down the whole time. Doing a few of these from a standing position, just to get the motion. Again, 6 to 8. Just trying to feel that good squeeze. Notice how I keep my elbows in close, coming down, and then I squeeze coming back up. Alright? Thumb position is really up to you. Sometimes it's difficult to get that thumb wrapped underneath. It'll change the angle of the bell, whereas if you keep the thumb on top, you can come with a little bit of a straighter bell and back up. Really personal preference and your forearm strength. Thumb wrapped around is going to require a little bit more forearm strength when you're pulling back up through that. Alright, so now we're going to put this all together, add that bicep curl at the end when we're at the bottom of our squat. Alright, so it's going to look like this. Posture tall, shoulders back. We're going to start our swing, butt out, swing up, catch, drop down, sink into your goblet squat, and from here I'm going to come down and bicep curl, drive back up. Alright, butt out, swing through, catch, drop down, curl, and back up. Alright, so when you're in that seated position at the bottom of your goblet squat, forearms and elbows are on the inside of your thighs, shoulder blades are backing down, posture's tall, and I keep my back up and drive through the hips. Alright, that's going to help stretch those hips out a little bit more. It's also going to challenge those leg muscles to hold the static squat position while you complete that bicep curl, and then drive up using the glutes, not the knees, to come back to a standing position. So, shooting for around 8 of those to start. Once you get more advanced and you get comfortable, you can add reps or add weight to these exercises. Now I want you to go through and do 3 sets, anywhere from 6 to 12 of those with the bicep curl and squat all the way down. Alright, now we're going to take one of the circuits that we put together from one of our previous kettlebell exercises. That's going to involve a high pull and a snatch combo. We did that in one of our first ones. This time though, from a snatch, we're going to go into that windmill position. Alright, so as always, we're going to work on building up a couple on each side, 2 to 3 sets, just getting those high pulls and snatches worked up individually. Alright, I'm not going to go through all of them. You can look at some of the earlier videos if you need some more help with that high pull and snatch, but we'll do a few of them here. So, butt out, swing under, up to high pull. Alright, we do 6 to 12 on this side. Alright, each time, pull that elbow up nice and high, and swing through. Keeping that belt close to my hips as I swing under, close to my body as I pull up. Transition swing to the other side, and same thing. Butt out, squeeze and pull through. Butt out, squeeze and pull through. So we're always rocking back into those hips each time. Elbows up high, and we punch through. Alright, so working out that, practice those for a couple sets, and then we'll go right into our snatches. Alright, our kettlebell snatch, we're going to focus on swinging through the hips with enough force to get that belt all the way up overhead. Step back a little so you can see. Posture tall, butt out, snap those hips and swing and punch right up through it. Alright, want to catch you in an overhead position. Elbow and shoulder are lined up, directly vertical. Posture's tall, you can swing back through, snap up and catch. Back through, snap up and catch. Snapping from those hips each time. Transition swing, when you're ready, up and snap from the other side. Butt out, big explosion from those hips. We need to come down, snap from the hips with enough force to get it right up overhead. Down and up. Alright. Good job. So, once you've practiced a few high pulls, a few snatches on each side, we'll go right into a couple of windmills. So, with a windmill, you're going to start out with a full snatch. So either starting from the ground or starting from a swing position, come out, snap it up. Once you're locked up overhead, you're going to put your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width, toes pointing away from your kettlebell, and then from there, we're just going to kick the hip out, slide down the inside of the leg, and drive back up. Alright? Posture tall, kicking the hip out, slide down. We're looking for good vertical load, and then drive back up and through. That elbow and that bell has got to be locked directly above that shoulder at all times. It helps to look up towards the bell, and then drive up and through it. All right? Squeezing and engaging the glutes. Obviously, lats packing the shoulder, and also obliques on that side. So we kick out, slide down, and drive back up. All right? You can come to rack position, back to the ground. Then we'll do a few on the other side. Same thing. Starting from a snatch position, you're going to swing through, all the way up into a snatch. Angle the feet, belly button is drawn in. Kicking the hip out, sliding down, and drive back up. All right, shoulders down, toes pointing away from the bell slightly, especially on the outside leg. And then we kick that hip back, looking up, and we drive up through it. Posture's tall, kick that hip out, slide down, and drive up through it. All right? So, we'll practice a few of those now. Again, a couple of sets on each side, just to get the motion down. Core has got to be tight the whole time. Only go as deep as you can. So once you're up there, if you can only go down about that far, that's okay. If your hip range of motion, your mobility is limited, maybe practice a little more stretching, right? Loosen that up. Try to get to a place where you can go without bending your knees and kick that hip out and slide all the way down. Starting with a light weight at first, work your way up. All right. So if you're good with all the high pulls, all the snatches, and then also that windmill, then we can put them all together. If you have any problems with any of these exercises individually, then don't go into putting them all together into a flow until you address the issues that you have with each individual exercise, and then work your way up. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to put this one all together. Back is tall, belly button is tight, and it's going to look like this. We're going to do a high pull, a snatch, and a windmill all on one side. All right? We'll do about 6 of those, then we'll transition swing, 6 on the other side. All right? So, posture is tall, belly button is tight. We're going to start out and go into our swing, high pull, swing, up to snatch, turn the toes, kick that hip out, and drive back up through it. All right? Come down, high pull, snatch, kick the toe, heel, kick the hip out, drive up through that high pull. Down, up, and snatch, and windmill. Drive down. That was 3. Back, pull, snatch, kick the hip out, drive down through it, and windmill. 4, down. Oops. Let's try that again. High pull first, and then snatch, kick the hip out, and back up. That's 5. Down, high pull, up, kick the hip out, and back down. Let's do a transition swing. Other side, high pull, snatch, kick the hip out, and drive up. Rack, and back to the floor. Now, I started out with my strong arm. It's actually probably better to start out with the weak arm. That way it gives you a measure of how much can you do, how much weight, how many reps, and then work your way up on that weak arm, and then always match it on the strong arm. So that way if you do the strong arm first, you get through a bunch of sets with a certain weight, then you make it to the weak arm, and maybe you can't get as many. We don't want to further that imbalance. So starting with the weak one, do as much as you can on the weak side, then match it on the strong side. And that'll help you start to regain some balance. All right, we're going to put both of these exercises together now, both of these flows, so incorporating all the exercises we worked on today. I like to start with 6 to 8 reps with any given weight. That gives you a good measure. If 6 reps is really fatiguing you a lot, you may want to drop down a little in weight to try to get 8 to 10. Or if you're getting over 12, or if you get to 10 reps and you feel like you could do, another 5 reps, then you might want to bump that weight up a little bit. But that 6 to 10 or 6 to 8 reps gives you that range where you can start to feel the exercise, but not overdo it. All right, so we're going to start out. Let's do 6 of these just for time's sake here. Feel free to do 8 or more though, if you like. Posture tall, and we're going to do swings first. That's a swing to catch, goblet squat, and then bicep curl in that as well. So posture up nice and tall. We're going to swing out. We're up to catch, squat down, bicep curl, drive up, and back under. Swing to catch, squat down, bicep curl, back up. It's 2. Down, up, catch. Now we're going to go right into our swing high pull to snatch and windmill. So we drop out, come up, high pull. Ooh, that was a bad high pull. Let's do a better one. Up to snatch, catch, kick it out, and back down. Swing through, high pull, snatch, kick it out, and come down. Now when you're doing these longer circuits, it's fine. Do a little transition swing here. So I did 2 on that side. Now I'm going to come up, slide down, drive out, and I'm going to do 2 on this side now. High pull, snatch, and windmill. Good. Now I'm going to transition swing back. High pull, and up, and come down, drive it up. Alright, so now that you put all those exercises together into one big flow, do 2 to 3 sets through that whole thing, and with whatever weight you can. Again, if you're finding that grip strength is an issue toward the end, especially with these longer duration flows, feel free to drop down a little bit in the kettlebell weight until you've built up your grip strength and your muscle endurance, then start to work your way back up the weight to where you would be doing with any of those exercises individually. Alright, so that's our kettlebell workout for this week. Be sure to check in again. We'll keep posting those as we have them ready to go. And as always, live rugged.